Let's get started. So we're going to have a reasonably gentle session today, and we'll try working with some different things with between heaven and earth. Just for something different. So we'll start putting our hands together and rotating our wrists. We're just going to go through some different joint rotations, get everything moving, go the other way. And out to the elbows. And the other way. Shoulder. And the other way. Other arm. And the other way. Waist. Knees. And the other way. Ankle. And the other way. Other ankle. And the other way. With our neck, we'll tilt forwards and back. Forwards and back. Forwards and back. Tilt to one side and the other. One side and the other. One side and the other. And just letting your arms loose and swinging, letting the whole body swing, loosen the whole body. And then come and settle, so feet shoulder apart, sinking down, back straight, neck long, arms loose at the sides. We'll take a few moments to just settle, tune into our body, tune into our breath. Tune into the energy within us. See if you can be aware of your feet, your ankles, your lower legs, your knees, your thighs, your pelvis, your abdomen, your back, your chest, your shoulders, your arms, your hands, your neck, your head. Aware of your whole body and aware of your breath moving through your body. Feel your whole body expand and rise just a little as you breathe in. Contract and sink just a little as you breathe out. Taking full, relaxed breaths. Then maybe also having some sense of your energy circulating and moving within you. So we're going to start with some 5 waves. So sink down a little and breathe in, raising the arms up to the front. Breathe out, sink, lower. Breathe in, rise. Breathe out, sink, becoming grounded and steady. Breathe in, rise. Breathe out, sink. Breathe in. Out. One more, breathe in. And breathe out. This time breathe in, rise, open, expand. Breathe out, sink, close. Breathe in, rise, open, expand. Breathe out, sink, close. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. And out. Raising your hands up as we breathe in. And just breathe naturally, swaying side to side, loosening through your whole body, from your feet to your hands, particularly the sides of your body, just gently swaying side to side. Steady, relaxed breathing. Lift your hands a little higher. Breathing in, breathe out. Turn your palms towards you, lowering your hands down. Breathe in, lift your hands up. Breathe out, lowering down. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, washing down. So this is like rain falling. Breathe in. Out. Last one, breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in, raise your arms in front, drawing them back in front of your chest, in front of your shoulders. Breathe out, press and sink. Breathe in, draw back. Breathe out, press. Breathe in. Breathe out. Feel the whole surface of your body become firmer as you press. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Last one. Breathe out. Press. Lowering your hand. Breathe in, expanding, opening to the sides. Breathe out, sink, relax in. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. Breathe in. Out. Last one, breathe in, expand. And breathe out, sink. Bring your hands onto your dantian, so underneath your belly button. We'll stand for a few moments, again aware of our body, aware of our breath, and aware of our energy. You might notice that the energy is being stimulated, it's a bit more active, it's flowing a bit more freely after those gentle exercises. Now tune in particularly to the energy underneath your hands in the center of your body. See what you can feel there. Maybe you can feel warmth, maybe you can feel movement, maybe you can feel other sensations of energy. Feel the connection between your hands and the energy in your center. We're going to start to stir that energy, so making circular movements, massaging, stirring the energy of the lower dantian, both making it more active and also helping to balance it. And hopefully you feel that energy start to glow a bit brighter, a bit warmer in your center as you stir and activate it. We'll change directions, going the other way. Feeling that soft energy in your center become warmer, brighter, more active. So we're going to do something a little bit different as we start to spread the energy. So sometimes we combine different aspects of Qigong together, different mental focuses along with the movements, the physical movements and the movement of energy. So we're going to try something a little bit different this time. So lower your hands. Actually, we'll do this a little bit differently. Bring your hands back to your center. And again, focusing on that energy in your center. This time as you focus on it, as well as just feeling what is there, we're going to give it a particular quality. And so the quality we're going to give it is the color of red. So have that energy in your center start to become red. We'll actually stir it a little more with it red. So feel its red character strengthen, feel it become a brighter, clearer, stronger red as we stir the energy. Then we'll change, we'll stir the other way, brighter, clearer, stronger red. And lower your hands. We'll breathe in, raising our hands up. And breathe out, spread that red from your center so it fills your whole body, your arms, your legs. Breathe in, bringing your hands back in front of your chest. Breathe out, pressing apart, spreading the energy so your whole body becomes filled with bright red energy. Breathe in, hands come back together. Change hands, breathe out, spread that red through your whole body. Breathe in, front and back. Breathe out, spreading the energy. Breathe in, other side. Breathe out that red energy through your whole body. Breathe in, then lower your hands. Breathe out, bring them back onto your dantian. Again, tuning into the energy here. And now giving this energy the quality of orange. So making that energy bright orange. And again, we'll stir this energy, activating the orange quality of this energy in your center. Change direction, stirring the other way. Bright orange energy. Lower your hands. Or breathe in, raising your hands up. Breathe out, spreading this bright orange energy so it fills your whole body, your legs, your arms, your head. Breathe in. Breathe out, spreading the energy. Look at each hand, breathe in. Breathe out, spread that energy. Breathe in to the front and back. Breathe out, spreading, filling your whole body with orange energy. Breathe in. And the other side, breathe out. And breathe in. Lowering your hands. back onto your dantian, tuning into the energy there, and now giving it the quality of yellow, so bright yellow, and stir that energy, activating the yellow quality of the energy. We'll change directions, stirring the energy, bright yellow, clear yellow. And lower your hands. Breathe in. Breathe out, spreading yellow energy through your whole body. Breathe in. Breathe out, spreading, filling your arms, your legs, your whole body. Breathe in. Change hands. Breathe out. Breathe in to the front and back. Breathe out. Breathe in. And to the other side. Breathe out. And breathe in. Lowering your hands back to your dantian. This time tuning into the energy in your center and giving it the quality of green. So bright, clear green. And stir that energy. Activating the bright green quality of the energy in your center. Change directions. Lowering your hands. Breathe in. Raise your hands up. Breathe out, spreading that green energy through your whole body. Breathe in. Up and down. Breathe out, filling your arms, your legs, your whole torso, your head, your neck. Breathe in. Change hands. Breathe out. Breathe in. Front and back. Breathe out. Spreading the energy. Bright, clear green. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And lower your hands back to your dantian. This time, tuning into blue. So giving the energy in your dantian a blue quality, activating the blue quality of that energy. And we'll stir, stirring that energy, activating the blue in your energy in your center. Change. Lower your hands. Breathe in. And breathe out, spreading the blue. Breathe in. Up and down. Breathe out. Breathe in. Spreading bright blue energy. Breathe out through your whole body. Breathe in. Front and back. Breathe out. Breathe in. Other side. Breathe out. Breathe in. And lower your hands onto your lower dantian. This time focusing on the indigo quality of the energy. So activating the indigo quality of the energy in your center, we stir the energy. Activating the indigo. And the other way. Lower your hands. Breathe in. Breathe out, spreading indigo through your whole body. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out, indigo. Breathe in, front and back. Breathe out. Breathe in. And the other side. Breathe out. Breathe in. And lower your hands. Now tuning into violet. Activating the violet quality of the energy in your center. We'll stir it. And the other way. Lowering your hands. Breathe in. Breathe out, spreading violet. Breathe in. Up and down. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out, violet, filling your whole body. Breathe in. Front and back. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Violet. Breathe in. Lowering your hands. Almost through this phase. So tuning into that energy in your center and combining all of those qualities. So we have bright white energy in our center, in our lower dantian, and stirring that white energy, activating the white quality of the energy. And the other way. Lowering your hands. Breathe in, raise them up. Breathe out, spreading white energy so it fills your arms, fills your legs, fills your whole body. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, front and back. Breathe out, filling with white energy. Breathe in. And breathe out. And in. Breathe out, lowering your hands. We'll pause for a moment. Again, aware of our body, our breath, aware of our energy. Depending how sensitive you are, you might notice the quality of your energy is a little different at this point. We'll circulate that energy that we spread through our whole body. So we breathe in, raising up. Bring the energy up to the back. Breathe out, down the front. Breathe in, up the back. Breathe out, down the front. Breathe in, building yang. Breathe out, going into yin. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And out. Change directions. Breathe in, bring the energy up the front. Breathe out, comes down the back. Breathe in at the front. Breathe out, down the back. Breathe in, building yin. Breathe out, flowing into yang. Breathe in. And out. One more, breathe in. And out. Now circulating the energy around the waist. So we breathe in, bring the energy around, breathe out to the other side. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last one this direction. Breathe in and out. So we'll change directions with our breath. So we breathe in, coming to the middle. Keep breathing in back to the side we just came from. So then we breathe out to the other side. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Last one, breathe in and breathe out. Breathe into the center and breathe out. Lifting your hands all the way up. The next movement's a squatting movement, so only go as low as is comfortable for you. So we breathe in. If this is as far as is comfortable for you, that's totally fine. Breathe out, you'll push back up. If you're comfortable going lower, by all means go lower. Breathe in, you can come all the way down if you want, but stop where it's comfortable for you. Breathe out, back up. So breathe in, we bring energy down the front of the body. Breathe out, up the back of the body. Breathe in, down the front of the body. Breathe out, up the back of the body. Breathe in, down the front. Breathe out, up the back. We change directions. So breathe in, bringing energy down the back of the body. Breathe out, energy up the front of the body. Breathe in, down the back. Out, up the front. Breathe in, out, in, out. Last one, breathe in and out. And lower your hands. Putting your hands on your waist. Shift your weight across to one side. We're going to spiral one leg. So as we spiral, we're opening up the flow through the center. Change directions, spiraling the other way. Other leg, spiral. Opening up through the center. Change directions, opening the flow up through the center of your leg. Into the waist, spiral. So we're still drawing up through the center of the legs. Now we're coming up into the pelvis and up into the torso, opening up that central flow. Change directions, other way. Opening up the central flow through the body. Raise one arm. Spiral. Opening the central flow through the arm. Ideally all the way from the legs through the body, up through the arm. Change directions, going the other way. And lower your hand, other arm. Spiral. And the other way. Top of your head, spiral. So we're opening up through the top of the torso, the neck and the head, linking all of those central flows together. And the other way. Lowering your hands. Turning your palms down. Feeling the connection to the earth through the bottom of our feet, through the palms of our hands. Connecting to heaven through the top of our head. Breathe deep, relaxed breaths. Just let the energy flow through. Opening the arms out to the sides. The connection changes a little. Connecting to earth through the soles of our feet. Now with a wide connection to earth through our hands, but also the underside of our arms. Still connecting to heaven through the center of the top of our head. And just let the energy flow through. Deep, full, relaxed breaths. Gentle, slow breathing. Now turning your hands up. And the connection changes. So now, again, connecting to earth through the soles of your feet. Maybe you can feel that change of connection in your arms, now connecting upwards to heaven. A wide connection through that whole soft surface of your arms and hands. Deep, relaxed, slow breaths. Raising your hands up, palms facing up, look up. Deep, relaxed breaths. Let the energy flow through you, now in a more concentrated, narrow flow. opening wide, palms facing out this time. Deep, relaxed breaths, and feel your energy expand outwards. Still connected to earth, through the soles of your feet, to heaven, through the center of your top of your head. Gentle, relaxed breath. Let the energy flow. Now gather in. Arms folding in front of your body, off the surface of your body, sitting in front of your body. And let the energy just relax inward so it's held close around you. Deep, full, relaxed breaths, letting the energy flow. Breathe in, pull your hands back. Breathe out. Press. Breathe in, pull back. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Out. Last one, breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in, draw the hands back. Breathe out, slow down, palms down. And we'll spend a few breaths here again, feeling that strong connection to the earth through both your feet and your hands, connecting to heaven through the center of the top of your head. And release your fingers down. And we'll stand for a few moments, aware of our body, aware of our breath, aware of the energy circulating within our body, and maybe with some awareness of the energy expanding out, spreading, filling into our energy field, strengthening, clearing our energy field. And bring your hands back onto your center. We'll do some self-massage to finish, so bring your hands into your lower back, massaging circular movements in your lower back. And pat down the back, outside of your legs, up the front, inside, out the inside of one arm, up the back of the arm, the other arm, the back of the arm, over your face, over your head, over your neck, down, all the way down the back of your legs, down to your feet, coming up the front, out one arm, out the other arm, over your face, your head, your neck, all the way around. One more time. Coming up. And stopping at your waist. Bring your hands back in front. Let the energy settle. Okay. All right. So I'll let people unmute. Let me see if they wish to. So sometimes, so maybe a bit of a different session for some of you. There's lots of different aspects of our energy that we work with in different ways. Some of them more commonly we work with maybe just in meditation. Others sometimes we work with more through movement, and sometimes we combine them together. So we used colors that time, and hopefully working with colors, it is for many people, for most people, probably quite a subtle thing. And so there are slower and faster ways that we could have done that. Hopefully I did it in a way that was at a pace that people could follow to, or a lot of you hopefully could follow to some degree. It wasn't too fast. You had enough time to sort of tune into that as we worked with it. So yeah, let's see if anyone has any questions about any of these things or comments. Let's see.
When I first did this color Qigong, I have learned that it is each color is connected with a certain organ.
Sure. So there are different systems of color that work in different ways. So the organ colors are, if you like, they're a much more substantial type of color. They're a solid color. Whereas working with the light colors, this relates more to essentially to portions of the branches of our nervous system. If you can think of all of the activity of our nervous system as being light, if you think of it as light, well, then there's a spectrum within that light. And so we're working with different portions of that spectrum as we move through to balance the activity of our nervous system, and then relating to that, it relates to the tissues and organs that relate to that particular portion of the nervous system. Whereas working directly with the colors, with the more solid colors, that ties in more specifically just to specific organs, and they operate quite differently. So this one, working through all the colors in the spectrum in this way, yes, it does relate to different things within your body and different aspects of its functioning. You can also think of it as a way to tune all of your energy, your specifically the light aspect of your energy. Because if you think about it, we finished with white, but if you've had anything to do with light, there's many different shades of white. And you can have white that has more blue, you can have white that has more yellow, you can, and less and more. And so by working through all of the different colors, we go through and we strengthen all of them, so that then our white becomes a full spectrum white, and we have all of the energy of the different portions of our nervous system fully active and balanced well. So it's not uncommon for people when they're doing this sort of thing. First thing is just to get the idea of tuning into that, and that can be challenging. But then once you have that, it's very common to find that some of those colors are easier, even though you're working with it in your mind's eye, some of those are easier for you to tune into than others. And some of them you may find very, very challenging. And you know, if you've already established the ability to connect to the colors, the reason why some are more challenging than others is because you do have some kind of blockage or weakness in that portion of your nervous system relating to those parts of your body. And so by working through and strengthening that, you're activating those different parts of your body and your energy. So let's see. Jennifer says, well, that was so wonderful, a great elaboration on the BHE course. Cool. Now people are saying, can't hear you. Yeah, okay. So you can hear me now. So Jaren says, what is the difference between massaging clockwise or counterclockwise of your dantian? So, there's a lot of detail to that one. And partly it relates to, partly it depends on what it is that you're choosing to focus on. Because you can be massaging in the same area, but you can be tuning into and connecting to different parts of what's happening there. As a very general thing though, generally clockwise is more activating, counterclockwise is more relaxing. So that's just a very general thing, but there's lots of details to that, probably more than we can get into right now. So Clayton says, so you use the colors of the chakras when expanding the body space. I assume you could do the 5 element colors as well. Yeah, you could. It's not going to work in quite the same way because of the nature of the energy that we're working with in that practice. It doesn't fit as well. You'd be much better if you're wanting to work with the 5 element colors to apply that within something like 5 waves. Or standing Zhangzhuan for the 5 elements, and so on, because it's a slightly different aspect of the energy, and it's not going to work in quite the same way. Okay, so someone says, I have a question about breathing during the movements. Maybe is the question lower down? If you can.
Oh, I have to ask
the question. Okay, you can ask it. There you go. You can ask it. Yep.
Hey, everybody. Good to join today. Thank you so much. Yeah, you know, I noticed that in practicing along with your videos on YouTube that, and just from practice in the past, like it seems that most of the inhalation is when you're coming with your arms like towards the torso, or
Yes.
when, you know, it varies, right? There's a, so I just wonder,
there are some, yep.
Yeah. So I wonder if you could talk about that a little. How to know if you're going wrong, or how to, you know, how to get a cue if you're on your own and you forget which way it's supposed to go.
Okay, so there are times when that will vary, but as a general principle, yeah, typically that is what we're going to do. So I'm just changing my camera. Oh goodness, my camera's, there we go. So and so there are, wow, there's many different aspects to the breath and how we're going to move with the breath, but a couple of general principles, and there are some opposing principles, and this is sometimes when sometimes people get confused because they say, in certain practice we do it this way, and then this other practice we do it differently. In terms of moving in and out, the thing we want to focus on is the internal versus the external activation, also the energy. So when we're breathing in, essentially the external muscles are lengthening to accommodate the space of the breath, and as they lengthen, they're relaxing. Mm-hmm. When we breathe out, the external muscles are contracting, they are shortening, and therefore becoming more active. And so if we're wanting to send energy outwards, we're stronger with the muscles contracting. Mm-hmm. And so the out breath then is sending the energy outwards, and then the in breath is more relaxed, and we relax inwards, and there's less load on the muscles when we do that. The flip side of that is if we're focusing on the internal activity, the internal activity is more active on the in breath, mm-hmm. And then relax on the out breath. And so this is where you'll have other practices where you breathe in as you expand, and then breathe out as you come back in. And it depends whether the focus is more on that mm-hmm. internal activity or the activity out through the rest of the body. Just a
That's
very
great. No, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you.
Cool. A very brief. Yeah, hopefully not too garbled because it was brief, but that's part of how that works. Let's see. Good pace. Beth says, amazing, even a little emotional and not my usual sarcasm. Lots of energy buzzing. Could even see orange and indigo. Great, 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 great. It again, as I mentioned, working with color, it's very subtle, particularly to begin with. But when you tune into it, it can have quite profound effects on you. And particularly, you know, if you have had different aspects of things that have become blocked, and then to be able to clear those, it really changes how things function inside.
A question, if I may.
Sure. Yep.
So kind of back to the on the tails of the breathing question. So I feel like I'm getting a little bit better breathing and feeling it. So when the energy is rising, like from Dantian, and I'm lower Dantian, it's coming up. I tend to tense up, which then I kind of hold my breath, and then my brain kicks in and says, don't hold your breath, because then you're gonna just lose it. You know, you're gonna lose that sensation. So then I do anyway. So is there a way to just count breath? Am I making sense? So it's my...
Oh, sure. Sure. Yeah, I think I understand what you're saying. So a big part of that, as with many things, is practice, you know. But as a tool, yes, you could use counting as a way, you know, if you're finding you need something to distract your mind or to keep it regular so that you keep going. So yes, you could, you know, particularly, and this is part of the value of, you know, it's great to practice together. It's great to learn, to follow along and so on. But a lot of our real, you know, our deep development of Qigong comes practicing, you know, by ourselves and really tuning into what's happening inside. And so for yourself, you could set a pace of all of the different movements or so on, and you could be, you know, breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5, or whatever your pace is, and use that as a way to keep your breath regular so that you keep it smooth. I think, is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, I need to, get the mind out of it.
Yeah, you could use that as a tool to help you through, and then once that starts to become a habit that you're comfortable keeping it steady, then you may find that you no longer need the counting anymore because you've established that that smoother flow through all the phases. Okay, let's see. Lisa, this was wonderful. I never thought of combining colors with VHE. Can you do this with other practices? Yes, you can. You can combine all sorts of things into the practices, and this is where they become much richer potentially over time. I guess you know, there's all these different factors or aspects of our energy, and there's, particularly as we're learning, generally there's only so many of them that we can focus on or tune into at one time, because there's all these things going on. But as you become more experienced, you can put all of these things together, and this is where if you get into some practices, like, you know, you might have a blue winter dragon, you know, not just dragon, blue winter dragon, and so they're applying this and so on. As I mentioned, some colors are going to fit in different ways, whether you're using 5 element colors or other colors. They're going to work and combine differently with some practices. Jennifer says, will there be future online sessions for on the website that this is the last one listed? Yes, I just haven't listed more yet. So I'll be listing more today or tomorrow, something like that. So John Grafton says, when I activated the yellow, I felt slightly sick. Presumably this means something is out of balance. If so, what? Yeah, so yellow relates to the solar plexus. And so this does relate to, so both the stomach and spleen, but also the liver and gallbladder. So it could be something, yeah, a little bit of out of balance there, and of course it is relating to those digestive organs. But again, as you continue to practice, that should balance them out and strengthen them. So Lisa, I was wondering about the heat aspect as well. I feel a lot of heat, then I send it down to the earth. Okay, I'm not sure what you're wondering about with it, but yes, you can do that. So Juliana, lots of energy, felt different energy with the different colors. My first color session, and great. When my hands are facing up is stronger than downwards. The times you repeat the movements, is there any relevance? Being told 3, 6, or 9 times is good to do. So yes, there can be. There's lots of different ways that colors can be used. Oh, sorry, not colors, numbers can be used. And a lot of it depends on the specific focus and meaning you choose to give to the colors. So for example, we repeated all of this spreading 8 times, and that's because we went through 7 colors and then white. And so the 8 was very relevant. Other times you might repeat a movement 3 times, and that could be because you're focusing on the lower, middle, and upper dantian. Other times you might do something 5 times, because each time as you do the movement, you are working on one of the 5 elements, and so on. Other than that, and there are those are just some examples. There's lots of different ways numbers can be used with different meanings and different focuses for the practice. Beyond that, it really comes down to rep ranges. You know, if you do something 10 times, you know, you're going to be getting into it much more than doing it once. So both of those different factors come into play, those different aspects of working with the numbers. I do have a blog post, an article on the website where I talk quite a bit about using numbers. So if you go on longwhitecloudqigong.com and search, if you just put in numbers, it'll bring up that article and you'll be able to find it. Okay, I think that was everyone's questions. Cool. Well, we've run a little bit over time. Hopefully that's not a problem for anyone. Of course, if you need to leave early, I think at least one person left early, you're welcome to do so at any point. Never feel like you have to hang around. If there's somewhere you need to go. Nice to have you along. Yes, I will be scheduling some more sessions. They're going to be, I think next week, they'll still just be at the same times, so that they have been these past few weeks. At some point that will change, but for now that's carrying on. So I'll put the links up on the website soon. Okay, thank you everyone. We'll finish now.